We needed this one. I wanted this one. Friday, I was Aggie. I was tight. I was frustrated. We got embarrassed. We got dog walked. We got dragged across the bar, as I would say. So with a 12:30 start, I told Wifey this morning, I was like, man, 12:30, man, they better not lose. Like, these early games, if they lose this, and then I got to go watch the Patriots and the Seahawks and the Super Bowl I don't care about, I'm going to be Aggie all day. I think I said this on Friday night. So they got this start. But what do I always say on this show? What do I always say after a bad game by the Knicks and especially by Jalen Brunson? Asar and those boys, Ron Holland, they ate him alive. The accountability game from Jalen Brunson is real. That is why he's your all-star. That is why he's one of the best players in the league. Because you can rely on him. You can count on him. Cap started the game off with 15 points in that first quarter. As our guy Stephon Marbury always says, he had that shooter's bounce. You saw it. You saw it in Jalen's game today. He was not going to be denied. I thought he was patient. He made excellent reads out of the pick and roll. Obviously, the jumper was on the money when he goes 31 points, 12 of 21 from the field, 4 of 8 from downtown. So he was absolutely excellent there. And, it just set a tone, man. So great job by Cap. It got a little bit scary there for him when it looked like he hurt his ankle. It looked like he banged knees with Jalen Brown. So just one of those things, man. Capping those ankles, it's just something to watch on the regular. It's just something to watch there. But luckily, he was able to make it out of the game and make it through. And in that fourth quarter, when he gets back in with about, say, 7 minutes to go, the Knicks already had the game fairly in hand. You know, Boston kept trying to run, but give credit, the Knicks really had an answer for everything. But when Cap got back into the game, he scores 10 more, and which is absolutely sensational and really embarrassed the Celtics on the way out of there. So overall, just a great job by Jalen Brunson, man, just putting the team back on his back after a brutal outing against the Pistons. 31 points for Jalen Brunson. Oh, I lost my highlights there. Hang tight. Are there any Grand Theft Alvarado fans in the building? All my Puerto Ricans, my Boricuas, throw your flags in the chat. Because welcome home, Jose Alvarado, man. Grand Theft in his Knicks debut. It was so interesting. They started the game. He was mic'd up, and he was talking to Cap, and he was like, Cap, what do you want me to do today? What do you want me to do out there? And Cap was just like, yo, just go out there and get busy, man. Just do your thing. Right? And you know, Alvarado, he's trying to get on the same page with Brunson and all of that. He's like, yo, what do you want me to do? You know, how do you want me to be? Yada, yada. Cap was like, yo, just go do your thing. And you could tell he kind of started the game off a little bit nervous, but then he settled in. He knocked down a 3. He got a good runner to go. And then in the second half, he knocked out another 3, and then he started getting on his Grand Theft wave. The final one was where he missed a 3, and then, you know, he starts that little thing where he's crouching low, just like a thief, like a stick-up kid. He's low, and then all of a sudden he just rips Jalen Brown, gets the steal, and takes it the other way for 2. So that was like the signature Alvarado play, if you will. He would finish with 2 steals and a block in this one. And look, you saw a couple of things that was interesting. Definitely new lineups, new rotations with him in there. But Mike Brown went to double point guards with him and Brunson right away. You saw 3 guards out there earlier in this game with Alvarado, with Brunson, and with Clarkson for a little bit. But Alvarado, Brown gave him a big chunk of that second quarter to get loose and try to learn on the job a little bit. And then again in that fourth quarter, he's running the offense. And look, for his first day on the job, doesn't know what he's doing, doesn't know the guys. I thought he held it down, and they got enough of him running the offense, good enough to get the job done. But really on the defensive end, he really made his presence felt. The first play where he drew the offensive foul on Jalen Brown. So that was a turnover. Then he had, like I said, those steals. I thought he did a good job on Peyton Pritchard. Peyton Pritchard was quiet tonight. Derek White was quiet tonight. So overall, just a great job by him. There was another highlight I just showed there where he comes down on the ball on Jalen Brown. That was before the end of the third quarter, when the third quarter ended. He swipes down on the ball on Jalen Brown, and that's like the Alvarado thing. Like, his eyes are always on the ball. So just good, gritty defense there. His pressure defense, his help defense, that's where he's really going to help this Knicks team tremendously. And then his compete level, which is what I talked about, where the Knicks really need help and consistency there. His compete level, that's the energy that you need when you're going to get into the playoffs. The stat on Alvarado was that he's second in the league, second most half-court steals actively behind T.J. McConnell, a guy who constantly got on the Knicks' nerves since he's been with the Pacers and really since he's been in the league. Alvarado's second. So you see why the Knicks brought him in here and Leon came in and brought him in here. He was great tonight, was Jose Alvarado. Once again, let me pull up his stat card. Shout out to Grand Theft. Great job. 12 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 of 6 from downtown, 2 steals and a block in 25 minutes for Jose Alvarado. So just a good job by him and setting the tone. You could see he's excited to be in that Knick uniform. His city, his country's excited. Everybody's hyped to have him here. And he's a dog. He's a dog that this Knicks team needs. So great job and energy that he provided the Knicks team. My role player of the game, now some of you might go with Alvarado, of course, I understand that. But my role player of the game, I'm going to go with Josh Hart. 19 points, 6 boards, 3 dimes, 7 of 14 from the field, 2 of 6 from downtown. And first and foremost, this is the 3-year, to this date, this is the 3-year anniversary of the Knicks acquisition of Josh Hart, sending Cam Reddish and a conditional first-round pick to Portland for Josh Hart. To me, this was one of the bigger trades in Knicks history when you look at what they had to pay, but also when it comes to this era of the Knicks, this Brunson era, the Hart trade was really one that really made this team a serious team when it came to winning and really trying to compete for a title. And he gave you that today because first and foremost, I didn't even know if he was going to play today. The way that he limped off in Detroit, I don't know if you guys heard my call in on the postgame show. I say, yo, he needs to chill. They need to let him rest a little bit. Next thing you know, OG's out and Hart's back in the starting lineup. Just like that. So, first off, give him credit for the Warrior grit, the Warrior spirit. And also, despite the fact that he was in foul trouble the entire night, look at the numbers. 19 points, 6 rebounds, an efficient 50% from the field, 2 of 6 from downtown. He still put it up. And I thought there was no bigger sequence than in the third quarter. Knicks had about a 7-point lead going into the third to open it up. You know Boston is going to lead. You know they're going to charge and attack. And you needed to quell that momentum. That is where Josh Hart came into play. He had 8 big points in that third quarter, including those 2 threes. The 2 threes he hit came in the third. They were disrespecting him with Queta, not even paying attention to him. So he had to step in and get aggressive with his shot creation, and he did just that. So I thought those minutes in that third quarter was very big for Josh Hart and for the Knicks to kind of help separate themselves from the Celtics a little bit. Knicks shooting, man, 48% from the field to 37% for Boston. 3-point percentage. How about this? 40% for the Knicks to 17% for Boston. Knicks go 71% from the charity stripe, but a lot of that was on Mitch and his missed free throws. So, I think you're always going to have that imbalance there when Mitch is at the line and he's missing. But overall, I thought, the Knicks were fairly good outside of that. So, overall, it is what it is. Mixed bag, they got the job done. They won the rebounding battle 46-44. Assist battle, they won it 23-22. And this was a key for me here. Only 8 turnovers for the Knicks, leading to 3 Boston points. Conversely, the Celtics had 10 turnovers that led to 14 Knicks points. So good job there. Knicks winning the fast break battle 16-4. Also a positive on the positive side. Points in the paint. surprisingly, though, Celtics pretty much dominated that one, 52-38. That was surprising given the fact that the Knicks really started off the game dominating inside as well. So that was kind of interesting. But obviously, with the Celtics not really hitting their threes and playing with more desperation, if you will, especially in that third quarter and, in those spurts, those runs that they were trying to go on, they were able to get it inside. Jalen Brown leading a lot of that. So I think my key takeaways, definitely the turnovers, because Boston's one of the best teams in transition. They've been that way for like the last 4 or 5 years. They've been top 5 in points per possession in transition. So that was a good job by the Knicks, taking good shots, moving the ball, making sure they had good floor balance, and also just limiting those bad, silly turnovers that can give the other team momentum. You certainly don't want to do that. So I thought that was good by the Knicks. And then also winning the three-point battle. 40% from 3. They would end up shooting, 40. They scored 42 points off of threes to 21. So they doubled up Boston in terms of the three-pointers. That's usually Boston's claim to fame. That's usually their MO, is the three-point shot. So overall, just a good job there by the Knicks. Just trying to get Alex in here. Okay, Alex says he's ready. He says he's calling like 15 minutes. Okay, copy that. Yeah, so I thought the three-pointers and the turnovers were some of my key stats. What do you guys think in the chat? What were some of your key stats when you look at this game from a team standpoint? I'm definitely going to go with the turnovers and the threes. So, yeah, there we go, man. 111-89 was the score. Salute everybody in the chat once again, man. Hit the like button, hit the share button, and subscribe to the channel, CP the Franchise, on the ones and twos. On this solo dolo, man, Postgame is rocking. And the Knicks got to win, man. Knicks get a much-needed bounce-back win. And the key stats of the night, man, brought to you guys by DraftKings Sportsbook. Hey, man, the NBA's biggest stars deliver the biggest moments. With DraftKings Sportsbook, the official sports betting partner of the NBA, you can cash in when they take over. DraftKings has your back with early exit. If your player goes down anytime in the first half, you still get paid cash. And what you do to support us, if you want to play DraftKings, use our code KFTV. And new customers, just bet $5, and if your bet wins, you'll get $300 in bonus bets instantly with code KFTV. That's in partnership with DraftKings. The crown is yours. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. For New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY. For Connecticut, call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino in Kansas, wager tax pass-through may apply in Illinois. 21 plus in most states. Void in Ontario. Restrictions apply. Bet must win to receive bonus bets which expire in 7 days and minimum odds required. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio. And once again, this is for a limited time only. All right, so shout out to DraftKings. Use our code KFTV. Bet 5 and get $300 back.
Modi, he looks like he is legit, man.
Yeah.
He was giving Brown some serious problems there. I think they made the switch. I mean, Brown was pretty much just going bully ball against us. He had 13 in the third quarter.
Yeah.
He was unable to really match up with Modi Awara, so he might eat a couple of those backup minutes from OG. Second thing is, man, Jose. Oh, man.
Dude. Talk about it, man. Grand theft.
Yeah. I don't even know if he knows the offense at all, but for somebody to come in and just be a pest. You see, Pritchard was having serious problems with him on the defensive end, when Pritchard had the ball. But yeah, man, I think that backup lineup of Alvarado, Modi, and then Mitch, that's going to be a serious defensive.
You throw OG in the mix? Let's go. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. That's what we coming back to Detroit with. You understand? Like, all that Dennis Jenkins and I hate all these guys. They got drafted ahead of me. We bring in Alvarado to the mix now. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying, man.
That's what we're talking about.
Bro, GTA has this sort of like, he has this, it's almost like this dog in him where, and if you really looked in that second quarter when he came in, he was like a floor general. He was telling Mitch, all right, go there.
Yeah.
Mikhail, go there. He was like yelling it out, you know?
Yeah.
So that's what I want to see, man. I mean, that Detroit game, you know, I didn't really take much from it. No Cat, no OG. But I think we're back on track. Let's see. Let's get 2 more wins to go on All-Star break, and then that's it. And the last thing is, man, I think New York got Boston's number in the TD Garden, bro.
Well, you know what? Hey, they ran it. Let's be honest. They ran us out the gym last time. But you know me, I'm always a season series guy, so I wanted this one because you never know, man. These guys are neck and neck right now. That last game is going to be at the Garden on April 9th. That could be for the 2nd seed. Never know.
That could be, yeah. I mean, and don't forget too, man. We still got Deuce in the mix, right? So if he comes back before the playoffs, him and GTA, oof.
Yeah.